Akin was young but had an air of mystery that no one could explain. The servants whispered that he might have come from the forest spirits, protectors of the kingdom's wild lands. Though raised in my lord's noble house, Akin had no memories of his past or family. He only knew he could understand animals and hear whispers in the wind, like soft songs from the forest. From a young age, Akin displayed an uncanny connection with nature. Birds would perch on his shoulders, and wild animals would approach him without fear. The household marveled at his abilities, yet kept a respectful distance, sensing something otherworldly about him. While tending to the garden one evening, Akin felt a cold breeze pass over him. The birds nearby suddenly grew quiet, and the shadows seemed to deepen. He could almost hear a faint and distant voice. "Be wary of those who seek only for themselves," it whispered, fading away. Akin's heart pounded. He had no idea what it meant, but he sensed that something was changing, something hidden was beginning to reveal itself. In my lord's grand estate, everyone knew of the curse. Many believed that anyone who betrayed another would be haunted by the spirit of betrayal, a dark figure that lingered unseen but felt. This ancient legend made everyone uneasy. My lord seemed fearless, but his wife, Madam, was more suspicious and secretive. She was always careful, always watching, and often whispering. Madam's reputation for being cautious and wary stemmed from her upbringing in a family known for dealing with dark magic. Though she rarely spoke of it, her knowledge of the arcane was profound. She often conducted secret rituals in the dead of night, hoping to gain more power and control over her surroundings. One day, as Akin worked in the garden, my lord noticed that Akin was clever and reliable, always able to make wise decisions, even in challenging situations. So he decided to test Akin's loyalty in small, secret ways. First, he gave Akin a small silver amulet. "Take care of this," my lord said. "It was my father's, and it is my most precious item." Akin carefully tucked it away and guarded it as if it were his own. Later, my lord gave Akin tasks that grew more difficult. He asked Akin to oversee the workers, make decisions about the cattle, and even choose how the grain should be stored. One day, while carrying out his duties, Akin found a bag of gold coins buried in the stable floor. He took it straight to my lord, who raised his eyebrows in surprise. "You have proven your honesty," my lord said. "I trust you with my entire household." Unknown to Akin, each test was part of a larger plan. My lord had noticed how Madam watched Akin keenly, and he was beginning to suspect her intentions were more than they seemed. He wanted to ensure Akin was loyal before entrusting him with his deepest secrets. As Akin continued to work, Madam began spending more time in the garden. She watched him closely, her eyes lingering on him whenever he walked by. She would ask him about the forest and the animals, but Akin sensed something odd in her questions. One evening, as the sky turned dusky pink, Madam asked Akin to meet her in the shaded grove behind the house. "Akin," she began in a voice as smooth as river water, "have you ever thought about what lies beyond these lands, or what secrets might be hidden within you?" Akin shifted uneasily. "I do wonder, Madam," he admitted, "but I feel my place is here, helping my lord." Madam leaned in, her eyes bright and fierce. "You have more power than you know, Akin. Do you know the stories about the forest spirits?" Akin nodded slowly. He'd heard stories of protectors who would bring peace to those who lived honestly and punish those who didn't. Madam smiled, her eyes glittering. "You could be great, Akin. You could be more than just a servant. All you have to do is trust me." But something about Madam's words felt wrong, and Akin kept his distance, refusing her offers. In the days that followed, he noticed strange markings appearing on the walls of my lord's house. They looked like symbols drawn from the forest magic he'd only heard of in stories, and Akin knew Madam was behind them. Growing impatient with Akin's rejection, Madam's fondness turned into anger. One night, she went to my lord and told him a tale of betrayal, accusing Akin of dishonoring her trust. In a dramatic display, she cried and told my lord that Akin had tried to win her over, spinning a web of lies. The guards seized Akin immediately and dragged him before my lord. Though my lord was deeply troubled, he looked into Akin's eyes. "Akin," he said sternly, "tell me the truth. Have you done what Madam accuses you of?" Akin shook his head, calm and steady. "I have done no such thing, my lord. I have only ever served you loyally." But my lord wasn't sure, so he locked Akin in the storeroom to await a decision. That night, a strange silence filled the estate. Everyone could feel a chill in the air, and shadows seemed to move independently. The servants whispered about the curse, the spirit that punished betrayal, and many believed Madam's accusations would bring misfortune. As Akin sat in the dark, he felt a presence around him. In the silence, he heard a whisper, a gentle, wise voice that warmed him. "Fear not, young Akin," the voice said. "The truth will soon reveal itself." The following day, a little girl, one of the younger servants who often helped in the kitchen, came forward. She bravely told my lord she had seen Madam in the garden with Akin, trying to make him stay, even though he had tried to leave. My lord listened, realizing that Madam's story had holes, and the truth finally surfaced. With the truth revealed, Madam felt the wrath of the spirit haunting those who twisted the truth. Shadows seemed to follow her wherever she went, and her beauty faded as she was consumed by guilt and shame. My lord restored Akin's honor and thanked him for his loyalty. After his name was cleared, Akin continued to work in my lord's household, more respected than ever. But one night, as he walked alone in the garden, he saw a faint glow in the distance, and the voice of the spirit whispered again. "You are a true son of the forest," Akin, it said. "Though you may not know your past, know this: you have the courage and honor of those who came before you.